science. You've done something right. You've done something good. That's great. Yeah, I can't think of anything witty to say besides that, to do like a little intro thing, so just go ahead and like do the intro now.
Oppressing you, oppressing me, the painless of technology, no one is free.
Well, hey there, Internet. It's me, the Ben's Beds, and I'm in a good mood today. You know why? Because there's some sort of great art out there, and it deserves to be talked about. So, I'm a little late. I'm a little late to the party, forgive me. My mental health is low, so if you hold me to the same expectations as you do other content creators, you're ableist, so I'm not that really worried about your opinion if you are concerned with the fact that I am a little late to the tea party on this. But Bill Nye, let's talk about him. Okay, why is he literally the best scientist ever? Some of you might have watched that shitty show in the 90s, that Disney show or whatever that he had with the VHS tapes and the science and all that kind of stuff. That's back when science was bad. See, science used to be this thing where there's like hypotheses and there's like a bunch of people in lab coats and they mix chemicals together and they come up with reasons for why things happen and they publish it in books and they teach it in schools. And that's wonderful and all, but most of the time people that do science were white cis males, and if white cis males do something, it's usually to oppress minorities. And when I say minorities, of course, I mean, you know, gender minorities, sexuality minorities, race minorities, etc., etc., etc. So I thought science was bad. I still do for the most part, because most scientists still are white cishet males, but I'm gonna go ahead and have to give Bill Nye a little clap. And I don't normally do that for white cis men, even if they are allies. I normally say just give them a little bit less gas, make them a little less sick, turn them into our slaves. We don't necessarily need to exterminate the white cishet males that agree with our message. We can let them live. They can water our plants. They can dye our hair blue. They can not shave our armpits and give us sick tats, bro. They can do all sorts of things for us. I'm going off on a tangent. I'm supposed to talk about Bill Nye. Oh yeah! So Bill Nye has a show, and the show's really great. See, a lot of people are complaining on the internet. It's usually a bunch of anti-SJWs who use the word cuck unironically, and their opinions are trash anyway, and they should probably be locked up and have their channels deleted. The cats want to come in. Look at my beautiful, empowered woman of color. Look at her. She's a beautiful, empowered woman of color. She's morbidly obese. And she's a woman up. She wants to leave. You want to leave? You can go. But you have to leave the room entirely. Go ahead. But why should Bill Nye be able to be one of the white cishet males that live? Because he is spreading our narrative. All those other scientists with their books and their male and female and chromosomes and all this nonsense, men can reproduce with their penises and women can have babies with their vaginas, all that 1960s Ronald Reagan bullshit is going out the window with Bill Nye. Okay, so he might not be an actual scientist. He may only have a BA in engineering or some shit, but you know what? He has the word science next to his name, and he's pushing our narrative. So that is good in my eyes. That is progress in my eyes. I mean, look at this. I'm gonna play a clip behind my head on my little green screen thing, and it's gonna show you how great Bill Nye has become in 20 years. And I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple steps to the side so I won't be in the middle of it. I'm just gonna like scoot, and I'm just gonna stand here, and I'm just gonna like look back, and it plays.
To talk about sex than two cis male white guys. I used to think there were just two settings, male and female, but it's actually a lot sexier than that. He is on a spectrum. Check out the smoking hot abacus of sex.
Wow. See? That's what I like to hear. That is good. That is exactly what I want to hear. That is the kind of stuff that should be coming on our TV screens at all times. Anything that doesn't support this narrative should be banned. It should not be played on television. I love it. He's talking about the billions of genders. He's talking about how white people are fucking garbage. He's talking about cultural appropriation. It's supposed to be a show about science, but it's talking about cultural appropriation. How progressive is that? How Marxist is that? How social justice positive is that? pushing a personal opinion as a scientific narrative is fucking amazing when it fits my narrative. These are my political beliefs, and they're being presented as facts on a television program that anyone that has eyes and ears can absorb into their brains. He also uses like this cool little independent artist that goes up and performs really badly and does this terrible, I guess, music thing. That's great because her narrative is the same as mine. The only issue I have with that musical artist is this.
What feels right? You're tall, pansexual, flirty woods.
I mean, come on, girl, you got the message right. You're rocking me with the feminism, but you're not supposed to be rapping. That's cultural appropriation. Like, come back to the meds school. You can be a famous musician. The fact that you can't fucking sing and your music sucks has nothing to do with the reason why that you shouldn't be successful. You're pushing our narrative, so that's what matters. But come to the meds. Come to me. Learn to my channel. Come to my channel. Learn that you're not supposed to rap. Because rap is something for black people, and if anyone that is not a black person, well, other races can't, just white people can't, because power plus privilege. Duh. Like I said, if you watch my channel, you'll learn all this information. But she was so close, very close. So I'm really happy with the direction of this television show. I hope that in the future, more shows are like this. I hope that more factual shows push our narrative, because the more our narrative is pushed, people will start to assume it as like fact and not some weird, obscure, left extremist ideology, and people will buy into it. You know, the more people who buy into it, that'll make it easier for us to achieve our world goal, which is to eliminate the white cishet male. It's super important that all of my followers watch this show. If you don't, you're not a real social justice warrior. I mean, you might as well unsubscribe. You might as well fall into a fire. So yeah, I think it's important to share this video because obviously this is educational and this is perfect education. Bill Nye is almost perfect. My education is literally perfect. I am the literal embodiment of Marxist perfection. So share this video. But yeah, and also like subscribe and upvote and all that other shit. Find my social media, you know, the whole spew. The meds peds. I'm out.